Well, that ain't right. It's over revving. It didn't want to cut off. We got all kinds of problems. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take apart this carburetor and clean it. And the throttle on this thing is stuck. I'll show you how to fix that too, as well as show you how the auto choke works on this Honda engine. Okay, this one is going to be action-packed all the way to the end, so stay tuned. And without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so before we get into the carburetor and what all's going on with that, I'm going to go ahead and pop this top cover off of here. It really just takes a few seconds. It's 3 nuts, 10 millimeter, and that will just come right out. And now we can see what we're doing. Okay, so this mower has a fuel shut off right here. So let's go ahead and shut that off right there because we have it. Now, if you notice here, when I grab hold of the governor, look at the linkage right there. See how it's bending right there? So I suspect that the throttle butterfly on the carburetor is froze up for some reason or another, but no problem. We're going to fix that. So this is pretty easy to get off of here. It's just 2 bolts right here, and that removes this whole assembly. 10 millimeter. These bolts go all the way through into the side of the head, so they're kind of long. Be kind of careful if it doesn't feel like it wants to come apart because you might tear up some gaskets. You'll want to remove your breather tube that goes right here. Now, while we can see this thing, I wanted to show you how this auto choke works. The default position here is choked. See, as you can see here, when that auto choke engages, then it unchokes the engine. So if your engine starts because it's choked, but then it's coughing and it won't clear up, probably what's going on is this thing right here. When the engine heats up, it pushes that little pin out of the center of that thing right there. And if that thing is not, it's heat sensitive, the head gets hot. Now to replace that, it's no problem. It's very easy. Just grab it with a pair of pliers and pull it out. Just like so. And by the way, that little pin pushes right here. And when that pushes it, that's how your choke actually turns itself off because the default is on. Let's go ahead and get this carburetor removed. Now this gasket is already loose, so we're just going to be careful and pull that off of there. Now if your mower doesn't have a shutoff, go ahead and pinch that like so, just so you don't get a bunch of fuel all over the place. And we'll just pinch our clamp and slide that back. Now a lot of times you'll have to kind of grab these fuel hoses with some pliers to get them started. There we go. Otherwise they kind of freeze themselves on there. Just like so. And right here is our throttle. And here's our problem. See that? But we're going to clean that up. So just take your carburetor, go like so, and like so, and that is free. If you're finding any value in this video, please click that like button below and subscribe to this channel. I come out with videos like this as often as I can. Okay, so back to the video. All right, so we got the carburetor off right there. Now I took this gasket off of the back of this. It was a little bit stubborn, so I actually did use a heat gun and a razor blade. And then I kind of sucked the razor blade under there as I was heating it up. And that doesn't work perfect, but I did manage to salvage the gasket. So let's go ahead and take this thing apart. So if you've got some rags or something, your bowl is probably going to have some gas in there. Not looking too good. Now, if you've got a stubborn bowl that doesn't want to come off, just very gently kind of grab a screwdriver and pry it where you can. Oh my. Ooh, yeah. There you go. Well, we're going to fix this one. We're going to try to anyway. Oh, look at that. It's all caked up inside of there too. It is a mess. Oh, man. And it ran. You saw it run. Oh, I can't believe it. All right, I got the needle loose. I had to kind of finesse that to get that out of there. Man, this one is probably the worst one I think I've seen that actually did still run. So, man, what a mess. Worse, way worse than I thought. Let's get the emulsion tube out of there. Now, what I'm using here is a screwdriver that I put on a grinder, and I cut the sides down. That way it'll fit inside that little hole where the emulsion tube is at and the main jet. All right, well, there goes the main jet. Oh, man, is it a mess. The emulsion tube is still stuck. So you can probably take an Allen wrench, put it on top of the, because it's bent at a 90 degree, and there we go. See that? And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just buy a new one? They're like 20 bucks. Well, what for? I think we can fix this one. So that's pretty much a part right there, I guess. And we're going to do this throttle butterfly right here. Now, before we take that out of there, you'll see there's a Phillips screw in the middle. If you take these things off, sometimes you'll lose track of which way they went. So what you can do is mark that puppy like so, just like so. You see that? That way, when you put that back, you know that's the way it was in there. Just make sure not to erase your marks while you're cleaning the carburetor. So let's take that Phillips screw out of the middle there. There we go. Now pull that out. Very good. So that's as far as I want to go with that. Okay, so I've put all my parts inside of a vat of carburetor cleaner, so let's see if it's done any good. I left them in here for about an hour or so. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better right there. So what I'm going to do is use a Brillo and kind of lightly go in there and clean that up. So this float came out pretty good, but you know, I also used a toothbrush to get into the little nooks and crannies like so. Cleaning on the inside right here, and that worked really well. As you can see, it came out really good. So we can also use that toothbrush in here to get some of these nooks and crannies around here, right here, inside of here. And for inside of here, it's pretty goopy, right? So I have a brush set like this. It comes with some different size brushes, and just dip that in there. And go ahead and clean through right there in the middle. And that is going to come out really good. And do that for any little hole that you find. All right, so we're coming along here. I got my main jet cleaned up pretty well. Basically, I just took a Dremel tool and cleaned it up, you know, all the way around it like so, until I got most of that rust and gobbledygook off of there. Now, I have a kit like this that comes with a bunch of different size rods, kind of similar to the brush kit that I showed you a minute ago. And just take your rod that fits and go right through the center of that and clean out any of the gobbledygook that's in there. And then after that, what I usually will do is spray through the center of it with a little bit of brake clean. These usually have a straw, but I don't have the straw. So go through the middle of that with brake clean. And then if you have an air compressor, it's a good idea to follow that up with a little bit of air. Doing the same thing with the emulsion tube. Now the emulsion tube is going to have several holes in it, so you want to make sure and get every single hole and do the brake clean and air. And then if you have a brush kit like this, go right through the middle of that and use that brush to really clean that middle of that out of there. All right, now I still have the butterfly out on the main body. Most carburetors, including this one, will have some holes right here in the side. I know you probably can't see that on the camera right there, but there's tiny little pinholes. This one only seems to have one hole, but a lot of times there's like a cluster of 2 or 3 holes right there. You want to make sure and find the smallest rod you can find and make sure those are clear as well. Now, for the throttle that was sticking, we made sure and cleaned the shaft right there real good to get all the goop off of it. And then inside of here, where it goes, I took a brush and cleaned it up real good. And I also took a little piece of steel wool and put it in there where the bottom of that goes. And then took a screwdriver and spun that around to make sure that this is all cleaned up. Otherwise, it'll still be, you know, not move very smoothly. So you want that clean as well. So let's go ahead and put this back together. Now with the carburetor, other than those holes there, you'll want to look for any little hole like this, anything that you can find, and clean and blow some air through, blow some brake clean through. So the only thing I didn't put down into the carburetor cleaner was the needle. I didn't want the carburetor cleaner to eat the rubber tip off of that. If yours leaks, if you have gas in your air filter, gas in your oil sump, then this is probably your culprit right here and you need a new needle. All right, so let's go ahead and put this puppy back together. We'll start with the float, and that needle just sits in there just like so. And we got the rod right back through there just like so. So that's working better. It's moving now. Emulsion tube first, skinny end into the carburetor body, like so. Because that skinny end you have to see it come out right here in the middle, and then follow that by the jet. And then we'll put the lid back on. Some people call it a bowl. 10mm wrench. All right, now for the throttle. Goes just like so, like that. And we'll put our butterfly back on. Our mark actually survived all that cleaner. I forgot to say, probably instead of using a magic marker, maybe scratch it with a screwdriver. That'll leave a more permanent mark. All right, works like a champ. I think we're ready to install the carburetor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together so y'all can see how everything was fitting. Now, given the state that carburetor was in, really nasty, I went ahead and drained the fuel out and flushed the gas tank out with some water and then let it dry. And also, this fuel filter right here, this is after. Here's the before picture. Had quite a few little spots in there of dirt, so I went ahead and cleaned all that out too, flushed out the fuel lines and all that, because I don't want to recontaminate my new carburetor. All right, so let's go ahead and get this back on here. So the spring, this one, goes towards the block, and the throttle linkage from the governor goes in this second hole, like so, and then the spring goes just like so. Get the fuel line hooked up. Okay, so with these Hondas, it's kind of a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle to get all this back together. Start with the air cleaner box, and I usually put the bolts right through there. It's like so. Then I'll put the first gasket on, making sure that the hole is lined up correctly with that. So I'll slide that gasket like so. Then I'll go ahead and slip it over the carburetor. Like that, if you can see that. Then I'll put my next gasket on. Now that tab is up and to the right when you're looking at it from the front. Then my choke. Okay. And then that's it. And then don't forget about the breather tube right here. That goes in the back of the air box. I know I'm blocking the camera, but... And that's it. Tighten it down. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the top cover back on. Check out my throttle. Moving like it's supposed to be now, so it should run fine. Let's go ahead and give it a test. All right, let's see what happens here. Runs like a champ. Hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.